Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our 2019 Candidates Forum. My name is Angelo Carsapolo. I'm the board president for the Twinsburg Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank everyone who was able to make it out tonight. A big part of our chamber goals this year were to definitely be more and more of a resource for the Chamber of Commerce between the city, the school board, other members of our community, and the community members themselves and the residents. So we definitely appreciate everyone who was able to make it out tonight to hopefully learn a little bit more about all the issues and a little bit more about all the candidates. I definitely appreciate everyone who was able to make it out. I know this was planned on a very tight timeline and definitely a bunch of other conflicts going on, so appreciate the candidates and the residents who were able to make it here. I definitely also want to have a quick thank you to Joanne and Mary with Community Focus and the Twinsburg Council PTA. They definitely were instrumental in helping us put this together. So Joanne's going to say a couple words here real quick and then we'll get started.
Good evening, I'm Joanne Schaus. I'm the Twinsburg Council PTA President. Twinsburg Council PTA is honored to be a partner with the Chamber of Commerce for this informative event. The Twinsburg City School District Council PTA serves as the umbrella organization for the 4 school district building PTAs at Wilcox, Bissell, Dodge, R.B. Chamberlain, and Twinsburg High School. The questions that the school board candidates were provided were a collaboration from Twinsburg Council PTA and the building PTA presidents. We are very grateful to have Mary Kidd from Community Focus here tonight as our moderator. We are also grateful to have our Twinsburg High School student volunteer, Ison Callahan. Please welcome our moderator, Mary Kidd.
Good evening and welcome again to the 2019 Candidates Forum hosted by the Twinsburg Chamber of Commerce and Twinsburg City School District Council PTA. This program is an opportunity for citizens to learn more about the issues and candidates on the ballot this November. All candidates and issue representatives recognized by the Summit County Board of Elections, which are appearing on the ballot in the City of Twinsburg, Twinsburg Township, Village of Reminderville, and Twinsburg City School District have been invited. The candidates in the Village of Reminderville and Twinsburg Township, who are all running unopposed, send their regrets for this evening. Before we begin the program, I'd like to share the format for this evening. Tonight's participants will be called to the stage in groups. First will be the ballot issue representatives, followed by the candidates for mayor, City of Twinsburg, council at large, City of Twinsburg, council wards, City of Twinsburg, Twinsburg School Board, judge, Stowe Municipal Court, and clerk of courts, Stowe Municipal Court. They will each be given an opportunity to provide opening remarks, no longer than 3 minutes per person. Questions will be posed to the City of Twinsburg and Twinsburg School Board candidates, and each will have a maximum of 2 minutes for a response. The order of remarks and answering questions will be a round robin, with a different candidate going first each time. This will be chosen by drawing a name. The Twinsburg Chamber of Commerce provided the questions for the City of Twinsburg candidates, and the Twinsburg Council PTA provided the questions for the school board candidates. The questions were provided to the candidates on Friday. There will be no rebuttals. At the conclusion, candidates and issue representatives are encouraged to stay and personally interact with the audience for specific comments or questions they may not have had addressed during the forum. Candidates and issue representatives have also brought information which is located on the tables outside the auditorium. And finally, now this part is very important, I've been given several notes that all say the same thing. The co-hosts have asked that the audience refrain from positive or negative public expression in responses to tonight's speakers. This includes no cheering, no clapping, no booing, no noise. Okay, now let's begin with the representatives for the following ballot issues coming to the stage. Issue 14, Summit County Alcohol, Mental Health, and Addiction Levy. This is a renewal represented by Chrissy Gashash, Manager of Community Relations. Issue 15, 16, and 17, proposed by Summit County Charter Amendments, or proposed Summit County Charter Amendments, represented by Tim Crawford. Issue 46 and 47, proposed City of Twinsburg zoning amendments, represented by Councilman Greg Fallon and Councilman Scott Barr. First, issue 14.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for allowing me to come here to Twinsburg to talk to you for a few minutes about issue 14. My name is Chrissy Gashash, and I'm here to represent the ADM board today. Issue 14 is a renewal of a levy that was originally passed in 2007. It is not a new tax. It costs the homeowner of a $100,000 home about $7 per month. The ADM board is an agency that is present in all Summit County communities, and we're here to support people when they need it and when they're in crisis. In the Twinsburg area, we fund prevention services in the middle and high school levels for suicide and substance use prevention. Your school districts were also, or your schools were also recipients of 2 additional grants that would help fund additional youth-to-youth and peer mentoring support for this school year. So that was given out to over $52,000 was given out additionally to school districts in Summit County, and Twinsburg was a recipient of 2 of those grants. In addition to our prevention services, the ADM board is present for individuals and families in crisis 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in Summit County. We fund emergency services for psychiatric and addiction emergencies in downtown Akron. We also fund services at Child Guidance and Family Solutions, which has an office right here in Twinsburg, and they're open 5 days a week. Our services are designed for everyone, from toddlers all the way through older adults. And our services are here for people who need help for substance use disorder and mental health services on a whole continuum of care, whether that be from inpatient services through outpatient and supportive services, supportive housing, vocational, and many other services that impact 50,000 people per year. 78% of our local budget comes from our levy, so issue 14 is very important, and we would appreciate your support this November. 96% of every dollar we spend goes directly into our community for direct service, community education, and outreach. So we would appreciate the community's support on November 5th.
Thank you very much. Next, we have issues 15, 16, and 17.
Thank you, and I would like to personally thank the Chamber of Commerce and the PTA for putting on this event that brings candidates forward. I'm Tim Crawford. I represent currently the Summit County Executive, Eileen Shapiro, and here to speak about 15, 16, and 17. And basically there are 3 housekeeping type of situations where we need to change the charter or amend our current charter. I had the privilege of sitting on Summit County Council for 25 years. So I'm very familiar with the charter and have been out here speaking in regards to these situations. But let's look at 15. It's the Equal Employment Opportunity Administrator. We have a Human Resource Commission, which is 3 people of electorate. Only 2 can be from the same party, and they are actually appointed for 6-year terms, so they overlap all the current terms. What this would do is the Equal Opportunity Hearing Officer Administrator would come under that commission. Currently it comes under the executive. This would make it a very nonpartisan type of position. So for any complaints or any administrative hearings, this person would be able to become more independent. Number 16. 16 is purely amending the council rules and the situation. Currently, the charter states that Summit County Council must meet the first Monday of the year to elect officers, and that's the president and vice president. For probably the past 10 years or 12 years, we have been electing the county council president and vice president and giving them 2 years to serve in those positions. The main reason for that is if they try to have any initiatives, which council has just had a couple of good initiatives coming forward, it gives the president a little more time to execute those. The problem is then during the off year, when you're going to extend that term into the second year, there's no real reason to be meeting the day after New Year's. Council does meet, though, every Monday at 4:30 in the Ohio building, and I invite all of you to come down. That would actually basically remove section 3.04 of the county charter. The issue number 17 is the vacancy of charter offices. You have to realize that we do not have a full blown charter form of government like Cuyahoga County does that has eliminated quite a few offices. We still have quite a few offices that we elect here in the county. The problem that has arisen would be in regards to, let's say, the physical office. The Ohio Revised Code does not mention anywhere a physical office because that's a combined office of the office of auditor and treasurer. So we run into a problem there if there's a vacancy. This puts into the charter then that all offices except common pleas court, because there's always somebody that says, wait a minute, the courts are separate. The courts are separate and they are not actually a charter, they are not named in the charter. So that you would have the offices that are coming into question are the executive, county council, the physical office, the clerk of courts, the engineer, the prosecutor, and the sheriff. We still elect all those offices, and it would come under one heading as elected officials, and they would all then be treated the same if there was a vacancy. And currently, if there's a vacancy within the 2 years, first 2 years of anyone holding an office, then it goes to the next general election. General elections are held on the even years, like 16, 18, and of course next year in 2020. All the county offices will be running. Those are the three issues. Issues number 15, 16, and 17. I hope that you vote positive for all three issues because basically they are housekeeping type issues and nothing controversial. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll hear about issues 46 and 47.
Good evening. My name is Greg Ballot. I'm the current Ward 5 representative to Twinsburg City Council. Issue number 46 is the rezoning of the northeast corner of State 91 and Glenwood Drive, which is parcel 64-05379. Today, it is 19.2 acres on that parcel. It is currently zoned Planned Unit Development, PUD, and Public Facilities. And the ballot initiative is asking you if you want to rezone it to R5 residential.
My name is Scott Barr. I'm a Twinsburg City Council person, and I'm here to speak about issue 47, which is essentially hand in hand with issue 46. 47, more specifically, is the old dentist office property, or for those that have been here longer, the old gas station property right on the northeast corner of 91 and Glenwood Boulevard. That property is 0.8 acres. It is currently zoned commercial, and the ballot language is seeking to rezone that property to R5 residential, which would be consistent with the R5 residential that Mr. Dawn spoke about on the other ballot initiative. Both of these ballot proposals represent good news for the city of Twinsburg. The city council has agreed unanimously that the proceeds from the sale of this property would be used to pay off any debt service. The proceeds would pay off any debt service we have toward the Glen Eagles Clubhouse facility. We really want this to be up to the residents. I think it's important that everybody has a voice in how this land potentially gets used. What this is not to just dispel any rumors or speculation. There is no developer currently lined up for this land. There are no potential buyers currently lined up for this land. What it does do is it makes the land much more attractive to a potential builder or developer down the road. It therefore would increase the sale price of the property, in turn putting more money into the coffers of the city of Twinsburg. Ultimately, this is your decision, and we just want to see you out at the polls on November 5th, so thank you for your time.
Thank you to all the representatives for sharing information on these important issues.